Hi everyone. Thanks first of all for having me. I'm Paul Kane, Director of Technology for Content Supply and Distribution at ITV. ITV is the UK's largest commercial broadcaster. We're also a content producer. We have an organisation called ITV Studios that creates content not just for ITV but also for other broadcasters all over the world, and also quite a lot of our streamers. We also have a global partnerships area within ITV Studios, and that sells and licenses content worldwide to other broadcasters and streamers all over. So my role, I look after all of the technology from finished content coming into ITV, processing, managing it, and getting it ready for distribution.
Thank you, Paul. And I'm Francesco Moretti. I'm Deputy CEO of Fincons Group. And for those who don't know yet Fincons Group, we are the most good-looking IT and consulting company active in the media industry since more than 40 years, family-owned. And we support our clients in the software engineering and systems integration across the content value chain, starting from the traffic management system, so rights and scheduling, all the way through managing metadata, selling advertising, and distributing their content to direct to consumers, all the way through the hybrid or next-gen TV, how they call it in the United States. So, first question, Paul.
Sure.
We are all observing the trends in the broadcaster industries, where broadcasters are always pushed to increase their audience, increase their monetization, while having a look and an eye to reducing their operational cost. So some broadcasters find their way through with a merger and acquisition strategy, so combining forcing, achieving a larger scales, sometimes also cross-nationals to target a wider audience. Some other join forces only in the production, so to have more synergies in producing the content and join forces with others. Or there are many alliances on the advertising perspective. So can you share a little bit ITV, how is strategically positioning across all the landscape, and which are the answers to win this competition?
Sure. I think it's very recognized that making content is getting more expensive, distributing content is more expensive, and there's a real massive competition for audiences. So we're really looking at how we can optimize our costs across all of ITV's kind of production capabilities, but also internally in terms of our content supply systems. But it's also looking more broadly at where our audiences are going and how we can serve those audiences. So we obviously broadcast linear channels in the UK, but we also have a ITVX streaming platform that's growing very well. But we're also more now looking at how we can distribute our content out onto broader platforms. We recently launched a company called Zoo 55, which is basically focused on bringing our content to other digital platforms that we weren't currently on. Or previously on. So that includes things like YouTube, which is really quite a big platform for us now and growing, and so that's a real interesting area in terms of where our focus is. But we're also doing different kinds of content deals now. So we recently announced a new content deal with Disney Plus, where we're basically taking some Disney Plus content into ITVX, and we're doing a reciprocal deal back, bringing some ITVX content into the Disney Plus streaming platform. And that works for both sides, because it's about exchanging audiences and allowing our viewers and audiences to sample content from each of the services, and hopefully overall growing our audiences on that. So that's some of the things that we're doing. So.
Wow, amazing. Thanks for sharing. It's very insightful. And so isn't this a strategy of increasing the partnership and increasing the channels of distribution, increasing a little bit the complexity of your content supply chain? How are you navigating this complexity? Would you like to describe a little bit?
Yeah.
What are your action there with your strategy?
Yeah, sure. So ITV's actually been around in one form or another for about 70 years now. It's actually our 70th anniversary this year, which is pretty cool. And obviously within that, technology has played a massive part in the growth of ITV for a long time. We've had a lot of technology that we've built ourselves, and we've grown it over time, and so it's like organically grown. So we have, I don't want to call it legacy, because it's not like it has a sort of negative connotation, but it's old technology that we are looking to now kind of try and sort of modernize and simplify. So we've created a new program called the Content Supply Simplification Program, and that's fundamentally focused on a transformation of all of our content supply systems. Right now we have a large number of systems that are all interconnected and they talk to each other, and a big part of our technology strategy going forward is about trying to simplify that down as much as possible. So we're looking at also sort of moving away from necessarily building everything ourselves to buying content, buying technology in and integrating it into our ecosystem.
Thanks, that's very interesting as well. In your strategy of bringing this program forward, you selected some partners and some vendors, particularly referred to as SDVI rallies, that you previously selected for the ITV studios.
Yes.
Can you describe a little bit the benefit of embarking with this vendor? What are the value that you're bringing home into your strategy?
Yeah, so for us, this is about really being able to scale our business. And, you know, when we talk about the audience is changing and the way that people are viewing our content is changing, we're bringing lots of new types of content into ITV. We're bringing it from different kind of partners. So it's not always the case historically where if it was for linear broadcast, we get in a very specific format and we could pull that through our content supply chain. Now what we've got is actually lots and lots of different types of content coming in, and we're also trying to deliver that content out to lots and lots of different destinations. So one of the big things we were looking at was what can we do in terms of a content supply sort of architecture that allows us to be able to scale that up, give us the flexibility and the optionality to build in new partners and integrate different partners. And so SDVI Rally is the sort of market leading kind of platform for that kind of orchestration of supply chains and the ability to grow and integrate lots of different partners. The other big thing for us is that it's all on the cloud, and so we want that flexibility to be able to scale up, particularly with our ITV Studios business. It has very peaky kind of traffic, so towards the end of the year, lots and lots of content deals get done, and there's a lot of pressure on the content delivery teams to get that content to the clients and close the deal and you know, recognize the revenue. And so for that, we really need to make sure that we're able to scale that up. And fundamentally, it's all about, for us now, trying to automate as much as we can. So you know, we have a tagline of automating the simple and simplifying the complex. So what we're trying to do is automate as much of the content processing that we can, and then simplifying down any of the complex kind of requirements. So if there's a particular client that needs a particular format, or it has to be delivered in a particular way, then we use that. So we're sort of early on in our journey. We've been doing it for ITV Studios for quite some time now, and we've just recently embarked on doing it for our M&E side of the business. So we're sort of making some progress on that.
Yeah, and so proud to being selected as well as a implementation partner. So started the journey a few months back. If you can describe a little bit as well what we were looking for in onboarding a partner into this journey, and which are the benefit and the value already that you see in our joint collaboration.
Yeah, so for us, I think when we were looking at partners, number one was we wanted a partner that actually had real-world rally experience. So we wanted someone that could come in and help us really ramp up and accelerate our adoption of rally. And so obviously when we looked at Fincons, we found a really good match there. We did do our due diligence. We did go and talk to other people in the industry, and we had lots of good positive feedback, which was great. I think also, you know, just being completely blunt about it, very competitively priced when we looked at the market, and so, you know, that's obviously important for us. We're trying to optimize our costs all the time, and so coming in at a reasonable price point was really important. And then I think probably the biggest one for us is about the flexibility, and we've seen that already in some of the interactions we've had with your team. Our model for deploying Rally was about trying to augment our existing teams. So we want our existing teams to feel ownership of the Rally implementation within ITV, but we wanted to augment our team and bring in external expertise. And for that, we needed a partner that really sort of gave us that flexibility and optionality to choose the different kinds of skills and roles that we wanted people to come in with. And then finally, I guess it's just like having a partner that you can work with constructively and think about the future. And again, that's much more about trying to be aligned in terms of what we are trying to get out of it. We understand what you're trying to get out of it, and for you guys to really understand what our objectives are, what the business outcomes we are trying to achieve. So I think all of those things, Fincons kind of tick the boxes, so we're very happy.
Thank you so much.
No worries.